is,
those reflectivity changes.
please note, in this country we make carpets in 3 different categories. Each category is determined by how the carpet looks. What am I trying to say? May I please draw your attention to the design of this rug? See how intricate and formal it is in appearance? That is what we call an urban rug. Made by people who live in cities. They don't have a nomadic way of life, okay? Now, look at the design on this one. See how simple and geometric it looks. That is what we call the tribal rug. So we have urban, we have tribal, and we have silk. That's it. 3 different types of rugs. Okay, easy enough? Now, I'm going to, well, here is a perfect example of what is today referred to as being a tribal rug. Okay, that's approximately 9 by 12 feet. That's obviously a living room, dining room size. Notice how the designs are very simple, almost primitive. Ladies and gentlemen, the material is wool. It's again wool, but it's very casual. An urban rug now, made with the same material as this, made the same way as this. Now you'll see the design has become a lot more intricate.
Wow.
You see the difference? Generally speaking, this goes better with more casual type of furniture. That goes better with more formal type of furniture. I will admit, there are people that are eclectic. They like to mix and match. There's no right, there's no wrong. It's what speaks to you. But urban tribals, you can see the difference?
Yeah.
Now, from now on, I'm going to continue by showing you different tribal examples from the different parts of the country. When I move on to the urban rugs, I will let you know, and you can see the differences for yourself, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, another beautiful tribal example is this one coming up now. Again, a large rug, 9 by 12. Do you know the name of the capital city of this country? Ankara. Here is a question which may come up in Trivia Pursuit one day. Where do you think the name Ankara may have originated from?
Go.
The goat.
He's already told us.
He told us.
I know he's a good guy, but it also shows that you've been listening.
It was the first day.
It was the first day. Ladies and gentlemen, the word Ankara derives from the word Angora because of a particular type of goat that resides in that part of the country. Now, this next tribal example is a beautiful rug. I will admit, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Made with sheep's wool, spun with Angora. It's not all Angora, otherwise it'd be way too expensive. Now, the interesting thing about it is, some people like the rug to make a statement. Some people like the rug to blend in. This is definitely a color combination which makes a statement. You either love it or you hate it. It's very strong, in your face. There is the...
It's beautiful.
Wow.
Some people, on the other hand, as I said, like the rug to blend in. They like a more muted look. Here is another tribal example with softer colors. Ladies and gentlemen, are you getting confused?
Yeah.
Good, that's the whole idea. To get you drunk and take advantage. Ladies and gentlemen, do we have any history buffs amongst us?
All of us.
Sure.
All of you, good, okay. Because in this part of the world, the word ancient takes on a whole new meaning. Anybody familiar with Ottoman history? Ladies and gentlemen, in the 15th century, when the Ottomans conquered Egypt, they came across a design on a rug in Egypt that they loved so much so that they brought the design back to Istanbul. The Egyptian Mamluks. Heard of them before? Okay, this one coming up now is a reproduction of a beautiful Egyptian Mamluk. You know the word turquoise?
Yeah.
Also derives from this part of the world. Turkish turquoise. A beautiful Mamluk with that beautiful Turkish blue.
Oh.
Again, in wool. This, by the way, is one of the finest, finest as far as number of knots go, one of the finest wool tribal rugs we make in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, Beckers and Becker, can I ask you to do me a favor for a minute? I'd like you to stand up for a minute. I want you to go and stand on the rug that you like the most. Just go and stand on it. There's a point that I'm trying to make.
Different days.
I like this.
I'm beginning to like it more and more every day.
I said no.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, look. Ladies and gentlemen, look. This is the point that I'm trying to make. Attention. We've got people standing on very intricate urban rugs. On the very simple, primitive ones, strong blues, soft colors, and people who are confused who are standing on two. So there is no right, there is no wrong. It's what speaks to you and what goes best with whatever is at home, that you have at home. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take our seats again. Shall we have our drinks?